Do not wait until the new year to hit your personal or work towards your personal goal, man. It is right now November, man. I believe it's the day I'm recording this. I believe it's the 9th or 10th. And honestly, this is around the time where most people, especially when it comes to fitness, throw in the white towel because the holidays are coming up and they have not made any progress over the last 10 or 11 months and it are at this point just like, well, I might as well start next year. And the entire concept of starting to work towards a goal when the new year hits, it's kind of stupid, in my opinion. You mean to tell me it has to be a specific date for you to work on your goal and you can't just work on your goal today? Like what is so special about the new year? Like all of a sudden because it's a brand new year, you're automatically going to change when the last previous couple years, man, you set out that specific new year goal and you never fucking hit it. So clearly there's nothing special about it. It's just people want to make themselves feel good and they want to give themselves an excuse to slack off these next 2 months and say, well, I'll just end up working on my fitness goal next year, man. But here's the thing, man. If you if you want to actually hit your New Year's goal, it's right now November, but you probably have a New Year's goal. You probably have set in your mind. We'll start working on it right now in the previous year in November. And here's why, man. So from November to December, you basically have around 2 months. In those 2 months, man, you can start developing the habits and start constructing what your everyday life is going to look like for you to actually accomplish the goal. I think what ends up happening is, and the reason why a lot of people they set out New Year's goal, but then the next day hits and motherfuckers do not do anything different than they did last year. And it's because to hit a goal, you have to change who you are as a person. If you want to achieve a specific physique and you are fat and overweight, you need to change who you are in order to actually get that physique you're looking for. And that's all comes down to your habits, man. So, how will you know if whatever plan you start in the new year is going to work? You start experimenting now in November. Okay? You're like, okay, well, it's November now. Let me just, for the next week, I'm not going to entirely change up my diet, but hey, like, after work, I tend to go to McDonald's or I tend to go to Popeyes. I tend to go to some fast food joint after work. Instead of going to eat fast food after work, I'm going to go have that meal at home instead. Small changes, okay? Then the next week, what ends up happening is like, now that I've been doing that and I cut out that junk meal, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. I'm going to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after work or before work, whatever works for you, okay? So you start going Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the next week you're like, okay, now I'm going to try to go to the gym 4 times a week. Or I'm going to start focusing on this aspect of my diet, like maybe hitting my protein. See, you want to make those small incremental changes, okay? Because you're in November right now. Then by the time the New Year's hits, you would have gained so much momentum that when New Year's Day hits, you're just after it right away, man. You're not gonna be one of these motherfuckers that wake up the next day hungover, look at the date, see it's the next day, it's the New Year's Day, and you're like, fuck, I said I was gonna change because I wanted to hit this specific fitness goal or any other goal, to be honest. And you look up at the time, you're too tired to get out of bed, and you're like, fuck it, I'll just start tomorrow. Then that tomorrow turns into next Monday turns into next week turns into next month, and then by the time you start, and then eventually what ends up happening is 10 or 11 months will go by, and you're going to be in the exact same spot you are at right now that this year in 2024 you said you were going to lose weight in January or get into the best shape of your life and you didn't. So if you really want to hit your New Year's goal, man, start right now in November and start slowly working towards the habits that will lead you to develop the physique you want. Start by doing the small things first. Start off by cutting out the bullshit. It's so easy, okay? Like, you don't have to be tracking calories or be so meticulous about it right now. You can worry about that shit later. Most of you motherfuckers are just, you have terrible eating habits. You don't exercise at all, and your habits are all shit. Just work on just fixing and doing the small basic shit so then we can eventually build you up so then you can start tracking your meals and then you're hitting your workouts. You're going to the gym 5-6 days a week. You're doing your cardio on top of that too. Before we get you to that point, we need to first slowly build you up. Okay? Start off by just cutting out the garbage, the junk food, okay? Or if you're gonna have it, maybe just have it on the weekends. If you have it every fucking day, I don't know how bad your situation is, but you want to just slowly just improve the habits every single week. And I'm telling you, by the time New Year's Day happens, you're gonna have so much momentum carried over from the last 2 months, and you've been developing those habits that when New Year's Day actually hits, you're gonna have an idea of what you need to do to actually hit that specific physique goal because you've been experimenting over the last 1 or 2 months. And then it will, what will happen is it will be more likely you will actually hit your fitness goal the following year. Okay? With that being said, man, I hope you guys got some value from today's video. If you guys have any thoughts about it, let me know in the comments below. If you guys are struggling with anything when it comes to fitness or mindset, let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking to help you guys out and I'll personally make videos for the dudes out there who comment about what they're struggling with, because at the end of the day, I want to serve you guys, okay? I can't help you guys if I don't know what you guys are going through. So if you have something you're struggling with, comment it down below and I'll definitely make a video about it. But with that being said, man, I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.